Hi, this is Tylene Buck, and you're at 3 Count Wrestling.
You're listening to Interactive Wrestling Radio, featuring the Interactive Interview, courtesy of WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Well, welcome back to the Blaze 1260 AM, as we are pleasured to be once again joined by Major Guns Tylene Buck. Tylene, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing real well. It's great to have you back on the program. We had you on back, I think it was August.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it's great to have you back on the show, and a lot has changed since August.
Yes, it has. Well, as you know with me, you never know what I'm going to do next. Gotta keep it spiced up, you know?
Yeah, and I got to tell you that as soon as I read the reports on what you're doing now, I tried to send you an email to say, hey, you know, what's going on? Is this true? And it bounced back because apparently your email box got flooded that day by people.
It did. Yeah, ever since I signed with my new company, Lighthouse, it's just, I've been getting a ton of email. I can't even hardly keep up with it. So I'm trying to get back to my fans as soon as I can, but I'm just getting so much and so many new offers and things like that for different work and stuff. So anybody that I haven't got back to, I'm sorry. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Just please be patient.
So why don't you give us a little insight on exactly what you are doing these days?
Well, I still am wrestling. I'm still doing my modeling. I'm still doing my acting. But I just kind of like, spice it up a little bit more. I'm doing some like adult movies now. If you guys come across that. So I'm still doing my wrestling stuff off and on, and still doing my modeling. But now I just signed with a new company, Lighthouse Talent Agency, and that's owned by Seymour Butts.
Yes, I can't believe that's actually his name. Well, that's his stage name, but still.
He's the Tushy King.
Yes, he is. Oh, man. So we were actually looking over your contract, and, well, I guess the best way to put it is that your contract says that you will only be with women?
Yeah, right now I'm just with women right now, so I love women. So things have changed a lot. I've kind of come out of the closet since WCW days, so I guess you could say.
Does that mean that you will never appear with men?
I'm not saying that. No, definitely not. Just right now, I just got into the more into the adult industry and stuff, so I'm just starting out with doing like girl type stuff and solo like masturbation type stuff. So not saying that you will never ever see me with doing boy girl, but right now that's just what I'm doing. So you never know. Maybe like the next movie I'll be doing a boy girl movie. You just never know. You never know what I'm going to do next. So.
Did you ever think you'd be doing this in the first place?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of the type that I love sex anyway, so, whatever.
Wow.
It's even better, like, I have my own private collection of my own videos anyway, so I thought, well, hey, why don't I actually, like, get into the industry and, have some fun.
Do you actually enjoy watching yourself? Do you actually enjoy watching yourself? I'm sorry.
Oh, hell yeah. I, like, get my toys out and pop in my movies that I just, like, videotape and have some fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. We actually were checking out an interview that you did, I believe it was back in September with somebody, and you were talking about how you actually kind of inadvertently invite people to watch you change and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah, I love when people watch me. I love that. It's a real big turn-on for me.
So
okay, my first question is, sorry, James.
Go ahead.
Can I have your address?
Well, I know Chris is new to this. Does he need CPR now?
Well, we've known that you've been good at that, so.
Oh, yeah. I'm good at, like, mouth-to-mouth type things.
Really? Now. And I guess we could see that on film now, too.
Yeah, you can.
Tell us a little bit about those first couple movies. Is there any storylines involved, or was it just pretty much straight to action?
Well, I've done 3 movies so far, and I just signed with Lighthouse about a month and a half ago. And my first one I did was for Seymour Butts. And the movie is called Ass Hunt.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. That's kind of subtle, isn't it?
Well, him being the Tushy King, of course it has to be something related to the Tushy. So, I did the movie called Ass Hunt, and it's a solo masturbation one. And I'm doing a scene with Seymour. He just had his package like molded, so I was the first one to try it out. So yeah. So
It was a molding of his.
Yeah, it was a molding of Seymour.
Wow.
And so I was the first girl to try it out, and so in a way, I guess you could kind of say I've had Seymour now, in a roundabout way.
How big an honor is that, actually? I mean, there are a lot of girls who've actually had the real thing.
Yeah, but not everybody could say that they actually had like his molding. So
Yeah.
must say he's very well endowed.
Well, hey now.
Were you impressed?
Oh yeah.
That's impressive. Actually, his ex-wife is somebody that I've seen in movies. Not that I'm a big porn watcher, though I'm.
Come on, I know you have your private collection.
I think we all have a couple. I think we all have a couple hidden away in the closet somewhere.
Speak for yourself. Mine's out in the open.
Yeah, he's pretty open about his collection of films. That's kind of why he wanted to interview you so badly. Yeah. So anyway, his ex-wife is Taylor Hayes. Have you met her yet?
I actually haven't got a chance to meet her yet, but I'd love to work with her. Yeah, she's very beautiful too.
She is very beautiful. That's actually why I was asking if you'd work with her, because I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
You'll have to write to Lighthouse and tell them, hey, we want to see Tylene working with Taylor Hayes.
Yeah, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. I think our friend Chris would actually do that too, right, Chris?
Well, buy it.
Right now.
Yeah, I would. Huh?
I think Chris is passed out.
Yeah, Chris.
No. I'm very. I have to admit, I love listening to people talk, so I get quiet sometimes. So.
Well, why don't you go ahead and ask the next one?
Well, this one's kind of personal, so I'll just go out and say it. When was your actual first experience with a woman?
Well, it wasn't on camera, and it was in my private life.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was with two girls, not just one.
Wow. Really?
I had two of my girlfriends. We just went out one night and went and did the clubbing thing and all that type of stuff. And then we went back to this party, and we were hanging out there. And one thing led to another, and the two girls drug me in a room, and one was at one end, one was at the other, and I was just enjoying myself, I guess you could say.
Did you think that you would enjoy it as much as you did?
I definitely wasn't fighting them off. Actually, I mean, I've always thought women were really attractive, you know, but I wasn't really expecting for it to really happen that night. And when it did, I was like, damn, I didn't know I was missing out on this.
Yeah, I've actually heard that there are a lot of women in wrestling who are bisexual. Mm-hmm. Would you include yourself in that list?
Yeah, I would.
No, now that you've been...
Of course, I still love cock. Cock's my number one thing.
Is it really?
Priority, but,
really?
Girls are icing on a cake, so...
Speaking of icing on the cake... No, never mind.
Frosting, huh?
So I had a lot of frosting, I guess you could say.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit taken aback already.
I bet you weren't expecting the interview to go like this, huh?
Well, no, but I gotta admit, I'm enjoying myself.
So you need a cigarette yet?
Not quite yet.
Not yet.
Give me about 5 more minutes.
How many cartons of cigarettes are you going to go through until the end of the interview?
Oh, I don't know how long we're going to be on the phone.
We're about to find out.
All right, so now that we're at this stage of everything, do you want to take the next one, Chris? Because I know that you have a list of questions that you wrote out.
Yeah, I do. Plus, I have a lot from fans of yours who just became fans because of your recent films.
Yes.
So their first question is size really important?
No, it's not. I'm not what you consider a size queen. Mm-hmm. With me, I'm just kind of a nympho when it comes to cock and sex and that sort of thing. So I love sex. I love, love men. I love women. I just love enjoying myself. And the way I look at it is you only live once, so you might as well live it to the fullest, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now, the second question I got from some of my friends is, have you had an orgasm on film?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which film would that be?
All of them, actually.
Wow. Because I have to tell you that there are some girls who will fake it even with women.
Yeah.
Because they're just into the lesbian side of the industry.
Uh-huh.
For money.
No, with me, like, I'm like really, well, I'm really sexual, a real sexual person, and I love being watched. And I think that just the whole thing with me, like, you know, not only being able to play with like different people all the time, but then actually like being watched and being filmed and knowing like my fans are going to be seeing it and what they're going to be doing when they're watching it, and it's just like a big rush for me. Like, I mean, just a rush for me. I love it, you know. So, you know, so I like doing it. And then when I do the films, I mean, I'm like really sensitive, you know. My body just gets like really sensitive, really tingly, and I just like let loose. And yeah, I mean, every movie I've done so far, like, you know, I can't honestly say, yeah, you have to come in every one of my movies. So like I did my ass hunt one, and I mean, there isn't any position I don't like. I like to explore and come up with new positions.
Oh, you're that flexible?
Oh, yeah. And so I did ass hunt, and then my next movie that I did a movie for Cousin Stevie, and it's called Pussy Party number 14, Kong Clit, and that should be out in probably about a month and a half, maybe.
Is the first one out already?
No, the ass hunt one will probably be out in probably like a couple weeks. So if anybody wants to know, like, my, you know, when the release dates are on them, they can go to my website, tylenebuck.com.
Is that relaunched now?
No, actually, it's still in the construction part of it. It should be up within the next week and a half. So I've been in and out of town, so it's been kind of hectic for me trying to get that together.
Do you actually put that up, or does somebody else do that with you?
I have a webmaster working with me with my site. I mean, I was maintaining my site before, but it's just so much work to try to actually, you know, go out of town, do my work, come home, take care of my website. So it's a lot of work. So I decided with this one here, I got a new webmaster, and between him and I both working together, that, you know, we can, you know, keep all my, you know, because I answer all my emails and stuff. I do all my own emails and things to get back to my fans. So if anybody writes to me and then they get a reply back, it is actually from me. It's not anybody answering my emails. So, and then with, you know, me to go and taking photos and doing my new films and stuff like that, it's a lot of time, you know. So I definitely wanted someone to work side by side with me. And I have, you know, full control of my website. So basically, you know, he does what I need him to do, but, you know, he asks my opinion first before, you know, whatever's done to my website. So, and then I'm going to be doing, like, live webcam shows every week on my website, so my fans can come in every week and, you know, see me and, you know, have some fun with me on cam. And then I do, like, private webcam shows and stuff, and I chat with my fans on Yahoo. And so I'm having a lot of fun with it. And my adult name is Brandy Wild.
Randy Wild.
Brandy Wild.
That's your new name. Why did you use Major Guns? Is that copyrighted?
With Major Guns, that's my wrestling name.
Oh, okay. So, you don't want to mix the two?
No. So I want to separate. So yeah. So if anybody wants to know any movies, that's just the name I'm under.
So if I went to a website right now and typed your name in, would anything come up?
What, Brandy Wild?
Yes.
Actually, yeah. My latest movie was Cousin Stevie. I'm under Brandy Wild.
Excellent.
All the other movies after that will be under Brandy Wild. In fact, I just shot one on Wednesday, and that was with Nick Manning's company, Platinum Blue. And that one's going to be out probably in about 2.5 months.
What's the title on that one?
There's no titles to it yet. It's just, I mean, I just shot it this past day. And so I did some scenes with Nicole Sheridan and stuff in that movie.
Wow, she's one of my favorites.
You like her? She's hot. Oh, tastes good too.
I've actually seen her in person. She is so nice and wild. And
oh, she is. And she tastes good too, so I'll throw it in as plus.
No, really.
And she's a doll. She's a total sweetheart. Yeah, she's great.
Do you, like, get together with these people after you make films, or is it like just consider these people that you're coworkers?
Oh, no. I mean, a lot of them, you know, we're all friends and stuff, you know. I mean, we work together, plus we're friends. So
did you know them before you got into business, though? Or?
Actually, I met Nicole when I went to Vegas for the AVN and met her, and she was very pleasant and stuff. And then with Platinum Blue, they wanted us two to work together. So, yes, I'll be doing some other movies with Platinum Blue here in the near future, too. So then I also got another movie that's coming up with Wicked.
Wicked?
Wicked.
Yeah, Wicked.
Isn't Wicked more extreme?
Yeah, they're more extreme, but I'm going to be doing some work with Jessica Drake.
Chris, what's your opinion on her?
What's that?
I'm asking Chris what his opinion is on her because I don't know who that one is.
You don't know who
neither do I. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you better look her up. She's hot.
Blonde or?
I will do that.
He's probably on Google right now doing an image search.
Well, I'm also trying to find. Is it Brandy? Brandy?
It's Brandi.
Brandy.
And then Wild is WYLDE.
Ah, like the guitarist.
Yeah.
Zach Wild. I like him.
And Brandy is going to have her own website also.
Oh, so you're going to completely split yourself off as kind of like a split personality?
Yeah, I guess you could say. I mean, I have my Tylene.com site, which is my online portfolio site for all my previous work, like my fitness stuff and stuff like that. Then I have my Tylene Buck site, which is my wild side, which is like Playboy style website. And then I want to have my extreme site, which is going to be Brandy Wild.
Really? That's interesting. So 3 different websites, and are they both going to be pay sites or just Tylene Buck?
TyleneBuck.com is going to be a pay site, and Brandy Wild is going to be a pay site.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you go to TyleneBuck.com, you can see like more of me doing shoots with like different girls and myself, and more Playboy style stuff like that. And if you go to my Brandy, so I want to do live webcam shows for that site also, and videos and different things like that. Then for my Brandy Wild site, it's going to be for all my adult movies and other different performers that I'm going to be working with, and doing live webcam shows, and maybe bringing on special guests sometimes, and just some fun.
That sounds like fun to me. Now, what is the reaction when you walk into a wrestling locker room these days?
Into a wrestling?
A wrestling locker room.
Locker room?
Yeah.
I still get a great response. I mean, they don't treat me any different than they did before. I don't see why they should, kind of cast me aside just because of what I'm doing. I'm, not any different of a person, and just letting my hair down and having some fun,
Cool. Well, a couple weeks ago, I had unfortunate news came out over the internet that Mark Madden suffered a heart attack, and I know that he was actually a big fan of yours. He spoke quite highly of you in the past.
Yeah, I love Mark. I didn't hear about that.
He's doing all right. He drove himself to the hospital, so he can't be that bad. But yeah, so he's doing all right. But
is he recovering? Is he?
Yeah, they just put a stint in, and he's doing all right. He's already back on his radio show. So.
Oh, well, I loved Mark. Like, he was so good at commentating with WCW, and him and I got along really well. I loved Mark. He was a great guy. I'm sorry to hear about that. Damn, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I heard about that myself, and I was a little bit bummed because I thought he was hysterical.
Yeah, because, we are, we don't need to lose anybody else. We've already lost Eddie, and, we've lost a lot of great people in the industry in the last few years,
My favorite Mark Madden line of all time came when he was stuttering, and Tony Schiavone screamed at him, "You better spit it out." And then you came on the screen, and he said, "Oh, I'll spit it out, okay."
Oh, Mark's a crack up.
Did you know Eddie at all? Or?
No, I didn't actually know Eddie, but I worked with Chavo, which Chavo is his nephew. And so with Chavo, he was one of my guys, Chavo and Timur and Jerry, because we lost Jerry just, a year and a half ago also?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, you know Jerry, A-Wall?
The Wall, yeah.
Yeah, and we lost him, not so long ago, and then Elizabeth, we lost her, and we just, lost so many great talent, and I hate, hearing that. I'm like, drives me crazy.
Did you know Elizabeth at all either? Or?
What's that?
Did you know Elizabeth?
Yeah, I worked with Elizabeth, too, at WCW, yeah.
No, but were you at all close with her, or?
We weren't super close, but we talked, and we didn't actually work on TV together, but we worked for the same company, and we associated all the time. So, but we weren't really close girlfriends, but we worked for the same company and stuff. She's a nice girl.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised to hear that she passed away from the things that she passed away from?
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that.
Is that status quo in the wrestling business now, the kind of things that she was doing?
What's that?
Is that kind of status quo in the wrestling business, the kind of things that she was addicted to?
Well, it can, I don't want to just say just for the wrestling industry. It happens
in life.
All industries. if you basically were to get in and really look at any industry out there, it happens all over,
Right.
It just so happens that basically in the wrestling world, it happened to, leak out,
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at football players, look at baseball players, look at boxers,
That's true.
It happens all over, so,
That's true. That's what Jake Roberts, who is one of the only people who actually admits to doing drugs, he says, well, of course, I'm the only person who ever did drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else ever did it before me. I'm the only one.
Well, let's take this on a slightly happier note. I have a list of questions here, and I'm just gonna blurt out one word, and then you can just give a yes or no answer. You can just say if you're interested in it or not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great. I'm actually frightened to hear these questions now.
All right. I'm really open-minded on pretty much everything.
Well, that's good.
I'm not afraid.
Some of these are really out there.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead, Steve. I bet you can't scare me off.
Well, you gave me a challenge. I will try. Do you have any interest in your porn career to do interracial?
I'm not against interracial. I'm not saying that I'm going to do it myself, but no, I'm not against it.
Yeah, because there are a lot of girls and who think their careers will go down the toilet if they actually do that.
Yeah.
Especially, but most of these are strippers who work in the South.
So. Oh yeah, I'm sure if you're a stripper that works back in the South, just being a stripper alone, I'm sure there's a lot of things against those girls, because things are totally different back east, with the Bible Belt states. So of course, I'm sure they have to go through a lot of other stuff. And with me living here in California, I mean, we're a lot more open-minded about things out this way.
Yeah. Well, I'm in California too, so yeah, we are.
Yeah.
How about I won't use the actual word that this guy's using, but I will use a
synonym.
A synonym.
There we go.
How about third input?
Say that one more time.
How about third input on film?
Third input on film.
That would be anal sex.
I heard Chris and I heard you.
Yes, I said, well, let me give you the generic word for that. How about anal sex?
Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you just come out and say anal sex?
I think he was trying to be diplomatic.
Yeah.
I was like, third input, okay, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, I was actually wanting you to think about it for a minute.
You did. I was like, okay, are we talking about like scripts or what are we talking about here? You have to be more blunt about it. Anal sex, I love anal sex. Now, me doing it on film, well, I did the Seymour movie already, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, does that mean that in that film you take his cast?
His cast and, well, we'll just leave it to the listener's imagination.
You'll have to see it for yourself.
Yes, I think we might have to see that.
I told you I was open-minded when it comes to sex. I love everything about it. So even if you can like really get creative and come up with something new, I'm game for it. I'm game to try everything at least once.
Well, I think you're under contract, so I don't think. How about BDSM?
BDSM?
Yeah, bondage, domination, sadomasochism.
Oh, I'm not overly. I mean, I like to get freaky in the bedroom, and I like to get freaky on film. But I only go so far with that. I don't get into scatting. I don't get into that sort of stuff. I'm like, no. I like spanking my ass, pulling my hair, that whole sort of thing. But I do have a limit to that. I don't like to get like gory, in it. So, but yeah, I like to get freaky. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's always good in the adult industry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the boring sex where you like climb into bed, climb on, climb off. I'm like boring. So I like to like climb on top, ride it, have my ass spanked, have my hair pulled, that whole sort of thing.
I think I'm gonna need that cigarette soon.
I'm having a hell of a time. I just want to let everyone know this.
So how's your third leg doing so far?
It's standing up.
Since we're like talking between the lines here.
Yeah. So much for diplomacy.
You're getting a standing ovation over here.
You better salute to me right now.
Chris,
you have any more?
Let's bring it back to wrestling. Are there any girls in the wrestling business, let's just pretend that, you know, WWE takes a nosedive and all the women are released. Do you see any of them joining in the adult film industry with you? Or any you would like to see? I think that's a better question.
Well, I mean, there might be some that I wouldn't mind if they did. That one might working with them in those type of conditions, I guess you could say. But all those type of girls are different type of girls. I don't know how to really explain it. They're not as open-minded as I am, I guess you could say.
Well, actually, there's one that was actually on the GoDaddy.com commercial that I interviewed in person on the bus, which was a hell of an experience. And to show you how nervous she was that I was going to ask her about her past, she had a National Guard guy there who was there at the WWE convention recruiting. He had his knife out and was shining his knife in front of me while I'm interviewing her, with a wrestler also sitting next to her, and I was just petrified to ask her virtually any question.
Oh, you're kidding. That is so stupid.
Yeah, she was afraid because she actually did a porno. It was softcore, one of the things you probably see on Spice TV.
Yeah.
It was kind of softcore, but she did one, and she's pretty much trying to avoid anybody ever finding out that she did that.
Okay, too late. We have, this is 2006, and there's that thing called Internet.
Right.
I have that clip, and she's not that good in it. I guess she's embarrassed because of it.
Oh, dude.
No, she's not. She doesn't really do anything, to be honest with you.
See, and then the rest of the girls in the wrestling industry are pretty much the same way. I mean, even whatever girl you can think of in the wrestling industry, they're pretty much all the same way.
Well.
So, I mean, just because, you know, they might have been a dancer at one time, they might have done porn one time. If you were to ask those girls, even if they got their boobs done before, they're going to be like, no, are you kidding me? Me get my boobs done? No, they're totally natural.
Oh, wow.
You know,
well, Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, with me, like, I'm open-minded. I'm like, you know, you either like me for the way I am or, you know, go somewhere and go elsewhere, because I'm not going to change for anybody else. I'm just myself.
I love that attitude.
And you either like me for the way I am and for what I do, and if you don't approve, then go somewhere else. You know.
Well, since you brought up the subject, and I'm staring at a picture of them right now, when was your first breast surgery?
My first one?
Your first one, yeah.
I was, it was probably like in 96, I think it was. And,
so this was during your modeling days with Iron Man?
Yeah, it was during my modeling days. So I've had my boobs done twice, and I love them, and they're great toys to play with.
Wow, you know.
Hey, I don't think there's anything wrong with basically wanting to, you know, improve yourself on your looks, or, you know, that's like anybody going to like a speech class, you know, to improve their, you know, their speaking, or if someone was to go to a class for, you know, learning like what you do, you know, interviewing people and being, you know, on the radio, or someone that wants to, you know, any type of way anybody can improve upon themselves on either their appearance or the way they perform on doing whatever, hey, you know, have at it. You know, that's only that much better for yourself. And any way to improve yourself, I'm all about that, and I don't care what it is. You know, if it's cosmetic surgery, whatever. I don't judge people on personal appearances or anything like that. I'm not a judgmental person.
Did you have any other augmentations?
I've had my boobs done, and I've had my nose done once.
Nose done.
And yeah, I am going to get some more if you're wondering that too.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Well, any plans? What's planned?
No plans yet, but I mean, hey, I love the fact that we have the capability of being able to make ourselves look even more beautiful, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
Well, if I can be a gentleman for 1 second, I don't think that there's much improving needed on yourself.
Oh, well, thank you. But that's the only thing I've had done. I mean, everything else has just been a lot of, like, hard work, training at the gym to try to keep, you know, my butt lifted and, you know, my tummy tucked in and, you know, my legs looking nice. And, you know, so it's been a lot of hours and a lot of hard dedication working out at the gym, you know, 6-7 days a week, you know, depending on how many times I can get to the gym. And, you know, it's, you know, just desires, just drive of how much you want something in life.
Is the work...
That's the biggest thing.
Is the work harder now that you know that you're going to be on film all the time, or relatively often?
No, well, see, I've been training at the gym since I was 18, And I've always been an athletic person even before that. So, so with me, I mean, it hasn't changed anything in my routine of what I do, in my personal life. I still go to the gym every day. I still get up in the morning. I do my cardio. I still watch what I eat. I don't eat junk food all the time. I mean, I have my splurge days occasionally where I like to go to like Tommy's Hamburgers and have a big fat sloppy chili, cheeseburger, and a milkshake and fries, and but I have my splurge days like anybody else. And I love pizza and that whole sort of thing. I love Chinese food, but it's not like I eat that like every day. I mean, majority of the time I'm eating very boring stuff like like grilled chicken and steamed vegetables and brown rice and that whole boring thing. But
the California diet, huh?
Exactly. And taking your vitamins every day and doing your protein shakes and, you're eating your protein bars. I mean, it's really boring, but it's going to keep me looking healthier longer so I can do what I enjoy on film and, in front of the camera longer. So, it's paying off. So. I enjoy it, and I want to look good for people, And if I can get someone to turn their heads because I put in a lot of hard work on my body and my looks, then hey, it's worth doing it. That's what I look at. And plus, it makes myself and it makes myself feel good, So.
Has anybody that you've called your fans? You obviously have a lot of fans back when you were just a model days and back to wrestling, and now that you're doing this, I'm sure you're going to accumulate a lot more fans. Has anybody ever said anything to you that was somewhat in saying this is beneath you?
Well, I mean, I have some people that are very insecure with themselves, is the way I look at it. It's basically they're going to try to, be rude to me and try to put me down on what I've chose to do for a living.
Right.
Or just the type of person that I am, then shame on you. Who are you to judge me?
Right.
You're a person just like I am, so why are you trying to judge me? Do you walk on water? I think not. From 9 to 5, you shit just like I do. You pull down your pants and you shit just like I do. So I don't judge anybody, and I don't expect anybody to judge me for what I do.
Well, that's a fair point. The reason that I brought that up is because Francine, who used to be with ECW, was on the show, and she did a show where it was pretty much oil wrestling, and she didn't wrestle, but she told a story about how some fan got in her face saying that this is beneath her, and she wanted to deck him. She wanted to punch him out. So I thought maybe I'd ask you that question. I
mean, yeah, I've had a few, snotty emails or people that were like, oh, my God, how can you do this for a living? You should be so ashamed of yourself and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? If you were to really look at it, we all, to a point, no matter what you do for a living, if you're a secretary, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're whatever, to a certain point, everybody prostitutes themselves.
Right.
To a point.
Exactly.
Because you have to prostitute yourself to a certain extent to get that paycheck every week. So it doesn't matter what you do for a living. That's the way of life. But people don't look at it that way. So, So basically when I get those snotty remarks, I'm just like, okay, it's too bad that those people are so insecure with themselves and that I'm secure enough to be able to basically go in front of people and do what I do for a living because I'm totally secure with myself. And either people accept me for what I do or they won't. And, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Have you ever been stalked?
Yes, I have. That's a scary situation. Yeah, I've had a few people that have, have decided to stalk me, and that's, usually with my personal life, I try to keep that, There are some people that weren't maybe raised so great, and their minds are not not really all there.
Point A does not connect with point B.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I've had a few stalkers. I had one that used to send me letters, 10-page letters, and totally be like, oh my God, I totally worship you. I want you to have my babies. We're gonna get married. We're gonna live on, in this little white house up on a hill with a little picket fence around it. The whole thing like that. And then the next letter I'll get, he'll be totally degrading me, good bitch, how can you do this? You fucking betrayed me, and I want to kill you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Did you ever call the cops on that?
Yeah, well, I have. Well, he used to send me emails. He used to call me somehow. He got my home number, and he used to call me and with threatening letters and saying he actually knows where I live and he's gonna come and kill me and rape me and film it. And it was crazy. I was really scared for a while. and so I kind of like had to lay low for a while because I got too scared of it. And
I can actually tell you how we got your number, but I'll tell you off the air so you can fix that.
Yeah, I pretty much know now, and so I've kind of changed some things.
Okay,
but
good.
I think I can change some other things too, but I appreciate you giving me that bit of information. But yeah, so I did call the police. I reported it, and they said so they can't take further measures because nothing has actually happened to me. I'm like, okay, so you can't actually take further measures until what? I'm dead?
Right.
I'm like, that really makes me feel safe. Thank you very much. You know, so he goes, well, the only thing I can tell you to do is basically keep record of everything this person sent to you, emails, different things like that. I'm like, okay, great. And I'll write a letter now telling you, like, who this person is and where you can find my body once I'm dead.
Right, great, yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't really help, but I was really scared. So basically the only thing I could do is basically go to my personal friends and tell them basically what was going on with me. So even now when I go places to do photo shoots, I go do movies, wherever, I have to take, my guards with me, at least one. But I take a bodyguard with me to kind of keep an eye on me, because I never know, and I don't have time to be so worried about who's going to friggin' snap on me,
Right.
I'm trying to do my job. I'm not trying to be basically, have to worry about some friggin' weirdo, attacking me or something.
Right. Hold on just one second. I think we lost Chris. Chris, you with us?
No, I'm still with you. I'm just listening to this.
Oh, okay. I was worried that you had accidentally clicked over. I apologize.
Oh, no.
Chris, come back.
I think you might have to do your Major Gun special to him.
Oh, please.
No.
Yeah, not
do I have to do the breathalyzer again?
Great.
What?
Is that what they called it, the breathalyzer?
The breathalyzer.
Oh, great.
You never heard that joke before?
No, I never heard
of it. I just never heard that described that CPR move.
I'll have to tell you one of these times.
Well, you don't have time to
tell us now.
So anyway, go ahead and go to the next one. I don't want to waste your interview.
Oh, no. We're having fun with this one. Don't worry.
Oh, we pretty much scrapped any semblance of a format at this point. We're just going off the cuff, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, another question is what are your favorite positions, plural? So you can just describe yourself in
slowly, so he can work it. I'm just kidding.
Yes. Slowly.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, you picturing this now? I like, there's so many. I like doggy, of course. I like climbing up on top and riding. I like being like up against the wall and take it from behind. And I love having sex going down the freeway.
Really?
When I'm in my car.
Is that multiple ways? Or?
Oh, multiple ways. Well, I love being like, either in my car or like in a limo and have the sunroof open and climb on top and have my head sticking out and just go into town. Having fun. Having the truck drivers like going by honking.
I think they're doing more than honking, but okay. This one's kind of rude or something, but I'll ask it anyway.
Oh boy, I'm afraid again.
Go ahead. I won't stop you through the phone.
Go ahead.
What is your natural hair color, and what do you do to shave your private area?
Okay, evidently you're not watching my movies because you don't know what my natural color is then.
Oh.
See, you should already know this.
Well, see, and he should.
I see the pictures, but I don't.
See, you should be doing research if you got my movies.
Well, I've seen some pictures from peachdvd.com.
Oh, yeah.
And you're pretty clean shaven there.
Yeah, well, with me, I'm actually not totally, like, bald. Like, I don't like that totally bald look because I don't want to feel like I'm doing my little sister or something.
Right.
But with me, I'm like a dark, dirty blonde.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
interesting.
I like, so I am a blonde, but I'm just like a darker blonde.
Yeah. Cool. Interesting. Do you have any others for her, man?
Describe for us your favorite, and he uses the term toys.
Uh-huh.
So I guess you're.
I guess when you're not using a mold of Seymour butts.
Right.
Well, I love Phallix's toys. Phallix, they have a really great line of toys. And so I have like a whole bunch of like different glass ones, different glass toys. I love those. I love the rabbit. And so I love how that little rabbit just like vibrates on my clit. Ooh. And then I like the O-ring. Have you ever seen the O-rings? They're like fairly new.
I have actually seen those in a magazine. In a magazine, yes.
Well, you got to try them sometimes. They're really, really cool. Some guys get off on it, some guys don't. But you know, at least a girl does. I mean, that's all that counts. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, my last girlfriend begged me to use them, and I refused. So.
Oh, you got to try it. You got to be a trooper. You can't be like that.
Oh. I'm a prude. I'm a bit of a prude. I got to be honest with you. That's why he's asking all the tough questions.
Oh, come on. You got to have some fun. You only live once. Shit. But these rings are really, really cool. You take these rings and you slide on the guy's cock, and then on the top of it, it has like a little vibrator. And you take the button and you click it on, and it starts vibrating. And then when you dip it in, then it hits up against your clit, and like she'll just like explode. Like with me, when that happens, like my fingernails like in the wall or in the bed stand, and I'm just like, ee! The headboard is like practically getting ripped off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess all that working out paid off then.
Yeah, it pays off. But yeah, I mean, I like a lot of different toys. I have fun with it. Something if anybody wants to know like my really juicy stuff and like other things about me, I'll have to wait until my book comes out.
Are you writing one?
Yeah, I'm having a book like put together now.
Who's helping you out with that?
His name is Berman.
Mm-hmm.
Sanjay Berman. He's put my book together for me.
Okay, and when can we expect that to be put out?
I can't say for sure now. We're at the beginning stage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping within maybe towards the end of the year, maybe next year, my book should be out.
And just how juicy will this be? Is this going to tell
It'll be all tales told.
the stories of Tylene's boudoir, or whatever?
Exactly, from beginning to end.
Really?
So, yeah, so anything that, see, I let out most of my secrets, but I'm not going to let them all out.
Ah, yeah, you got to keep some secrets.
Exactly.
Yeah, otherwise they're not secrets.
There's one secret that I heard about in the other interview that you claim you will keep with you to your grave. You know what I'm talking about?
I will keep.
There's a secret. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. It can be a good thing sometimes.
Oh boy.
There's a secret that you claim you will never reveal. Will that be in your book?
Does it have to do with wrestling?
It has to do with the name they were originally going to give you.
I'm not telling you either.
Well, let me.
I'm not releasing that.
Okay, you don't have to release it, but can he give the name that he came up with, because it actually floored me when he said it?
Yeah, he can say.
You don't have to say if it's right or not.
You don't have to say yes or no, but I came up with one called Lieutenant Labia.
Nope.
Ah.
Nope, that wasn't it.
That's not it. See, that one floored me simply because of the creativity that went involved with that one.
Yeah, well, see, they wouldn't use anything like that because that's too adult-like.
Right.
And with that being a family, environment.
Right.
I was even surprised when they did Huge Erection.
Yeah.
They did that one, it floored me because I was like, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't very subtle either.
No, it wasn't. It was like, hello.
Yeah, they actually stopped doing that one because.
Yeah, and they just started calling him General.
Yeah, exactly. They did. The first few shows we did, he got away with using that, and I was like, that's kind of odd.
Well,
whatever.
They're a little slow over there at Turner. So.
Yeah, we noticed.
I mean, private stash. I mean.
Yeah. What do you think what do you suppose he meant by that?
Gee, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he hid candy or something. I don't know.
I don't know. They didn't seem to get a lot of things over there, but I remember there was a guy, and this might have been right before you got there, who used to dress in S&M clothes, and they didn't get it. And I remember the Southern fans
my God, you're kidding me. He actually did that?
Yeah, and they never understood it, and the Southern fans didn't cheer him, but the Northern fans did.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah. So that should tell you, they were a little bit behind the times in a way.
Oh, my God. Yeah, with Private Stash, like what he used to do is that whole thing was because he used to steal everyone's panties.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Are you really kidding, or are you just saying you're kidding?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It actually means what you thought it was, probably, but I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh, okay. Well, we really can't thank you enough. Oh, actually, I do have a question. There's somebody who took the reverse path that you took. She went from the adult industry into wrestling, and that is Jasmine St. Clair.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had any contact with her?
Yeah, I've seen Jasmine probably like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I've seen her, and that's a different type of character.
That is a different type of character. That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of the people that would call me at all hours of the day screaming at me for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and you don't know where she's going to go next.
Yeah, I actually refused to work with her recently because she threatened somebody I know. She threatened to have this person raped.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, and I said, no, I'm not going to do anything to help you ever again.
There must have been a day she wasn't on her medication.
Oh, she's on medication.
I don't know, but...
Oh, you got to assume.
If she's not, she better hurry up and get on some because she's crazy.
Actually, do you want to tell that story, Terrorizer?
Sure, I will tell that story. I was actually at the gangbang, her big one.
Oh, really? That one that she did?
The one where she claimed she did 300 men, but she only did, I think it was 200, no, not even 200, it was like 120.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and...
I heard she complained the whole time. And basically the way I look at it is if you can't...
She was, and excuse the language, she was a pretty mean bitch.
Oh, I'm sure. She's psycho. I actually met her probably like 7 years ago at this one convention, and at first she seemed like really pleasant, and then it was really brief, and then I seen her again at Gold's Gym down in Venice in California, and like she just like snapped, like she was like going off on some people there, and then I came up to her and said, "Hey, Jasmine, hey, what are you doing?" And she was like just kind of like going off, and I was like, "Okay, you're psycho."
Yeah. So, yeah. There's a little more to my story. I was actually offered a chance to participate.
Oh, really?
But,
so did you?
No, I didn't. Because she was. It was my friend who got me in there. He was one of the crew.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got a press pass, and we're just I'm just checking out because that had been my dream to be at a porn shoot. It just happened to be that one that he was working.
Oh my God.
So they offered because apparently there were a lot of guys who didn't want to go again.
They didn't want to go again, or they did?
Well, they didn't want to because some of them had to be convinced. Because
I had heard. Let me ask you this question:
convince the guys to do her?
To do her again because she was so she wouldn't let him touch her boobs.
Oh my God.
No fingering. Bare oral contact and no anal.
You're kidding me. Then what's the whole idea? It's so I know it's basically her. I know she had to do that movie to kind of get her name out there again, and so I think she was taking like desperate measures to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't go to that extreme. I mean, I don't know.
That's not so. There's not going to be any number 5 World's Biggest Gangbang starring Randy. What was it? Randy what?
Randy Wild.
Randy Wild.
Yeah.
No.
So no, I don't think. I don't need.
Well, I've got another question coming in from my friend who and I will be as politically correct as possible.
Okay.
Oh boy. Why don't you just say it, dude?
Okay. Christy Lake has a career basically boning her fans. Is that something you would possibly be interested in the future?
Have you seen some of her fans? No.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I haven't actually thought about it too much. I don't know.
Has any of your
closed-minded to it, but I don't know. I don't know.
Has any of your fans ever actually contacted you and actually been, gentlemen that you've actually gone out with?
I'm not releasing that.
Okay, good.
So we'll just wait for the book.
That's for the book.
That's for the book.
Okay.
Along with any WCW escapades.
Yeah. Yeah. I was waiting for that question. I was waiting for that one.
No, I actually told him not to ask it because I knew it was going to be for the book. Okay. Do you have any others?
Well, that's pretty much it. The only other question I'd have is actually a day of a shoot. Could you go into some sort of from like the date time you wake up to from the director yells cut? Can you go into like the chronological order of how that day goes?
Okay. Okay, well, you want to know, like, the last movie that I did this past Wednesday?
Sure.
Okay, well, I had to go down south, and they put me up in a hotel. I got up the next morning. I had to be up at 6 because I had to be on set at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so I went to my location, and it was in Beverly Hills, and it was at this really cool location. And showed up there on set. That basically I just had my sweatpants on and had a beater on and rolled in there and had my sunglasses on because basically, you know, we have to go get our hair and makeup done. And so, you know, I'm not looking like, you know, Miss Beauty Queen when I first go on set. But so I rolled in there and went and got my hair and makeup done. And then I had to take some pictures and stuff, do a photo shoot for the box cover and the back of the box and stuff because they wanted to use me for the box cover.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So
isn't that like an honor to be used on the cover of the box?
Yeah. If you get chosen to be on the box cover, like that's a big plus for you.
Right. I would assume so.
Is there more money in that, or?
I mean, well, there's more money in it. Plus, not only if you're chosen to be put on the box cover, the reason why they want to use you as the box cover is because you're a bigger seller than maybe, you know, other people that are also in the movie.
Right, because obviously if people are looking through the shelves and they see you, they might be more
they'd be more
tempted to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, and this was the first time I was going to be working for this company, and they were really great people, and they'd seen pictures of me and stuff, and they said, you know, yeah, she's really beautiful and stuff, we'd like to use her, but with me having the background I do, they weren't sure, like, how conservative I would be, you know, if I would be maybe kind of prudish or whatever. But I showed up there, and we really hit it off. They're really great people to work with because they're really down-to-earth people. I mean, to them, you know, this is just another job for them. You know, I mean, they enjoy sex and everything, but it's a job to them also. And so I showed up there, and I had to go do my photo shoot. So I got into hair and makeup, went over and did my photo shoot. And so I was doing a photo shoot with Marco. And so I'm going to be on the box cover with me and Marco, and we're doing, it's going to look kind of like a romance novel, like the cover of a romance novel. And so I'm totally naked, and Marco's totally naked, and he has his chest pressed up against my chest, and he has his hands like wrapped up around me, and we're totally naked, and like his cock is up against my body, and I'm like, oh my God. And he's very blessed. He's very well endowed. And I'm like, oh my God. And so they asked me, they're like, well, do you mind if like Marco like has his cock like pressed up against you? And I'm like, oh no, I don't mind. And so they said, okay, well, we want you to basically lean your back up against Marco's back, and we want him to wrap his arms around you and pull you up against him so your ass is up against his cock. And I said, and they were like, do you mind if, you know, he does that? And I said, sure, I don't mind. So
did you guys go out to dinner that night? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we didn't go out to dinner. I had other work to do after my movie.
Oh, okay.
But so he grabs a hold of him around my waist, and he's like, God, you're so tiny, you know. And he grabs a hold of me and he pulls me up against him, and like my ass. He's like, damn, you have like the roundest ass for a white girl I've ever seen in my life. And he goes, you got a nice tight firm ass. He goes, because a lot of the like adult actresses, like they're not as firm. You know, because they're just adult actresses, like they never did no fitness type stuff, so they're not as firm. And so he grabs a hold of me, pulls me up, and he's like, "Damn, your ass is really tight up against my cock." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks." Oh, and it was just kind of comical.
Sounds like he's a bit of a narrator.
It was just kind of comical. I was like, okay, so we like took the pictures for the box cover and everything, and then I had to go back into hair, makeup, and wardrobe and stuff to get my outfit together and everything. And then they had us set up the set for the scene for me and Nicole Sheridan, and so we went and got our toys that we wanted to play with, and got in our outfits and everything, and then we went on set and. They were like, okay, well, this is kind of like what we want, you know, you girls to, you know, they had like a script actually done up for us girls.
Right.
And they said, okay, this is what we want you to do. Here's the dialogue, the whole thing like that. And we said, okay, no problem. So we started filming. Well, we were supposed to actually film for like 30 minutes. And when her and I started going on it, they were pretty much like, oh, take the dialogue, take the whole script, and toss it out the window. Like, fuck it. Like, what the girls are doing is a lot better than what we had even planned.
Right.
So the dialogue of their script went right out the window.
That's usually how it happens, from what I hear.
So, but they pretty much, they were like kind of like, with me being like the new girl on the block type thing, they were kind of like, okay, well, we usually have, script, we usually have dialogue and stuff for everyone to say, and pretty much what we want to happen, but they were like, okay, well, we didn't realize you were like so open-minded and like such a fun girl.
Right.
I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. So they were kind of like, okay, well, let's just toss this out the window and let the girls go at it. So we did.
Yeah, Jenna Jameson tells a story that while she was making a movie for her new company,
mm-hmm.
that's what she wanted to do, was just let the girls go at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's true that that they're not really creative in the adult industry.
Well, I mean, they're creative in the ideas they had, but it was kind of like, after you let us girls go at it, not only that, it comes across a lot more natural, because especially if you have two girls that are into girls anyway, like, it comes across a lot better. Like, when the fans are actually going to see the movie, they're like, wow, those girls really like girls, and they're really getting with the program, so it turns out really good, And it was so funny, because, like, when we first started out on set, like, it was me and Nicole, and it was the two camera guys, and it was the director that was on there, and then there was, like, the crew guys. There was a couple of crew guys who were on there. Well, by the time we got done filming our scene, we looked up, because basically we're, like, totally all into each other, We looked
mm-hmm.
up, and we had, like, the whole room full of people, like, watching us. They were just like, oh, my God. It was like their tongues were out, like, oh, my God.
Wow, to get to get adult film crew members to do that's pretty impressive. So you're getting a standing ovation over here.
Yeah, we had everybody's attention. It was cool.
Mm. Well, this went a little bit differently than we expected it to, but we really do appreciate your time and candor, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed the interview, so I guess I'll be talking to you guys in another 6 months.
Hey, who the hell knows? I never expected we'd be back with you in just a few months after the last one, but with this bit of news, we kind of had to call you up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know me, you never know what I want to do next, so I'm sure we'll be talking to each other again really soon.
What do you think is next? What possibly could be next?
You never know. I'm not going to release that. You'll just have to wait and find out.
Probably the book.
You just have to keep your eye out on me.
Yeah, we kind of do. I mean, I saw the news item pop up, and like I said, I contacted you right away, and I guess a lot of other people had the same idea.
Exactly. So, but if you guys want, just I have my email, Tylene at TyleneBuck.com, and then my website's TyleneBuck.com. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me, they can email me, and I'm going to tell everybody out there, thanks for all your love and support.
Mm-hmm.
And I will see you guys all soon.
Hopefully so. Hopefully on video shelves, too.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, real quickly, can we ask you for one little favor?
What's that?
I think I had you do this last time, but I'm going to ask you to do it again.
Okay.
Would you mind saying this is Tylene Buck, and you're listening to The Blaze 1260 AM?
The Blaze 1260 AM?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if you want to say Major Guns, Tylene Buck, or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, it is predominantly a wrestling show, so
okay.
I guess whatever you feel comfortable saying.
Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, this is Major Guns, and you're listening to The Blaze 1250 AM.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that so much.
And can you do one for my show, which is 3 Count Wrestling?
3 Count Wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
3 Count Wrestling. So, and we our show is pretty informal, so you can say Tylene Buck.
Yeah, their show is. This might. Parts of this might have to be reserved for their show because their show is predominantly on the internet, and we're on radio.
Okay.
So we might have to. I might have to take the cleaner parts and use that for the radio, and use the wild side for his.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, so it was 3 Count Wrestling.
3 Count Wrestling, and yeah.
It's just the website, right?
Mm-hmm. Just 3 Count Wrestling. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, this is Tylene Buck, and you're at 3 Count Wrestling.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was nice talking to you guys.
Oh, nice talking to you as well.
It was my pleasure.
Hey, it's Tony Schiavone, and you're listening to the Wrestling Epicenter. And I would stick around, but I'm desperately out of time.